Hello guys, my name is Kadiri. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to show you how to add text in Shotcut video editor. If you want a beginner's tutorial on how to use Shotcut video editor, I have a video on that on this channel. You can click on the link in the description to see that video. But in this video, we are going to be talking about how to add text in Shotcut video editor. So to do that, first of all, I have this short video clip on my timeline. Just a video of the sky, or of the cloud rather. So I'm going to be adding text to this video right now. So to do that, first I'm going to create a new track. Right click on this output area right here, track operations, and then click on add video track. So right now I have my track added. Next I'm going to create the text. To do that, I'm going to click on the open order button up here and then select the text option. Down here within the text field is where I can type in whatever text I want to add in my video. So let's say beautiful sky, and that's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the OK button down here. So I have the text right here in my preview section. So I'm going to drag this down to the track right here. Just to simply click and drag, and that's it. Next, I'm going to increase the duration of the text by dragging on the end of it. So right now you see that the text is just plain. I want to format it for it to look beautiful. To do that, I'm going to make sure that the text is selected on the track and then click on the filters panel. When the filters panel is open, you are going to see something like this. So right here, I have the text box. Here's where I can edit the text I just added. So I have beautiful sky right here. I can change it to whatever I want, but I'm going to leave that the way it is. Down here, I can add a font color to my text. So when I click on this font button, I get this color palette. So right here, I can choose whatever color I want to add to my text. So let's say red for now. That's fine. And then click on the OK button down here. Next, I can change the font and font size by clicking on this button here. And then down here, I have multiple fonts I can choose from. So let's say this color D, select it, and then font style, I'm going to make that bold. And then down here, you can choose a font size. So let's say 100 and click on OK. Next, you are going to make sure that this use font is checked to make sure that you are using the exact font size. Next, I'm going to add an outline color. Although there's an outline color already, but I'm going to change that from black to white within this color palette and then click on OK. Next, you can increase and decrease the thickness of the outline. So I'm going to make that 2. So that's fine. So let's scroll that bit. Next, you can add a background color. So when I click on the background button down here, I get this color palette. So let's say this reddish color right here. I want the background to be transparent. So to make the background of the text transparent, I'm going to make this alpha channel 50 and then click on OK. I don't know if you can see it. There's a background. I don't know if you can see it. There's a transparent background behind the text. Next, I can change the position of the text. So right here, I have this position field. I can enter different value right here or different values right here to change the position of the text. So as I change the values, you see that the position of the text changes. So if I decrease the value, let's say 0, it goes back to the way it was. I can also change the position of the text by clicking and dragging on the text in the preview section and then move it or position it wherever I want in the preview section. You see that the values in the position field changes as I move the text around. So I'm going to leave this right here in the middle. You can also change the size of the text by clicking and dragging on the nodes on the side of the text. You can increase the text box by doing that too. Click and drag it down to increase or expand the text box. You can also change the size by using these values or by imputing or entering specific values within this size field. Next, you can align the text to whatever position you want. So you can align it horizontally or vertically. So if I click on this left button on the horizontal axis, you see it moves the text from the middle to the left hand side of the screen. It aligns the text to the left. Next, if I click on the right, it aligns the text to the right. I can also do something similar when I go over to the vertical feeds. If I click on the bottom, it moves the text to the bottom of the text field. If I click on top again, it moves it to the top of the text field. But now I want it in the middle of the screen. So I'm going to click on the center button on the horizontal feeds or the vertical axis. On the horizontal axis, and I click on the middle button on the vertical axis. So let's move this up a bit to centralize it perfectly. So I think that's okay. Now when I preview this, if you find this video helpful, now that's the text right there. Please do well to give the video a like, and also support this channel by subscribing and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I post a new video. Now that is how to add text in Shotcut video editor. That's just one way. You can also add text like this. So let's get rid of this text. Again, we are going to head over to the open order and then click on color this time instead of text. So I'm going to click on color and then click on the OK button. So I'm going to drag the color to the timeline and then expand this. Okay, when you create a color, yours might not be transparent. So to make yours transparent, make sure that the color is selected and then head over to the properties menu or the properties panel. Click on color. You are going to make sure that the alpha channel right here is 0. Make sure the alpha channel is 0 and click on OK. So when you click on OK, you see that the color will be transparent. So next, we are going to head over to the filters menu, add a filter. You are going to add the text simple filter. And immediately you will see this text on your screen, a time code. Now this is showing you the current position of your playhead. So I have mine on the 4-second mark. Now I don't want that time code as my text, so I'm going to have to edit that. So I'm going to head over to the filters menu right here. So I'm going to change this from time code to add beautiful sky. So I have my text down there. So I'm just going to repeat the same process I did previously. So I'm going to make the font red. I'm going to choose a font for that. Previous fonts, color day, and then make this font style bold. And then font size, I'm going to make it 100 again. And then click on OK. I'm going to make sure that this use font size is checked. So make sure that I'm using the exact fonts I chose. And I'm going to add an outline color or change the outline color to white. And then the thickness of the outline, I'm going to make it 2. And then the background, I'm going to choose this reddish color again. And then make the alpha channel 50% to make it transparent. And then I'm going to add padding. Now padding is the distance between the text outline and the border of the background color. So as I increase the padding, you observe that the text is moving, it's adjusting, it's kind of creating a margin between the text and the border of the background color. You can use this to centralize your text if you want to. Now that's fine. Right here, I don't need to change the position of the text. As you can see, the text box fills the entire screen, so there's no need for adjusting. But all we need to do is to align the text. So I'm going to click on the middle button on the vertical axis. Now that will align the text perfectly. So that's it. That's all you need. So when I preview this, you see the beautiful text right there. So that's it. So next, let's add a transition to this text to make it look more cinematic and beautiful. I don't like the way it's transitioning into the text. It's just a basic cut. Does not look fancy at all. So to add a transition, we are going to create another color. So I'm going to head over to open order again, and I click on color. I'm going to drag this to the timeline. So make sure that the color is transparent. Select the color and then head over to the properties menu, click on color, and make sure that the alpha channel is 0. So now I have my color created. To create the transition, I'm going to drag the color over the text. So I'm going to place my mouse on the edge of the color and then drag it over the text. So immediately I do that, you see that this transition will appear. So now this is a transition. Now when I preview this, you see that the text fades in smoothly. Now I can change the transition if I want to. If you don't want that, you can change the transition. So I'm going to select the transition and then head over to the properties menu. Now within the properties menu, you're going to click on this video field and you get this drop down menu. So right here you have different transition effects you can choose from. All this comes with Shotcut video editor, or you can add a custom transition by hitting on this custom button down here. So if you want to learn more about transition, how to add transition in Shotcut, do well to follow my channel by subscribing and turn on post notifications so you get notified when that video drops. So I'm just going to choose one of these. So let's say vertical bar. Now when I preview this, you see how smooth the transition is. So that's it. That's how to add text in Shotcut video editor. If you find this video helpful, please do well to give the video a like and also support this channel by subscribing and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I post a new video. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.